5 years ago, graduation looked very different. Schools were trying to find ways to celebrate graduation while still social distancing for COVID. Here's a look at 5 years ago this week.
Dylan Michael Shepard, high honors.
Maple Mountain graduates walked through balloons.
Our next graduate is Saeed.
Granger grads through a tunnel of teachers, and grads in Provo drove through a community procession. In some caravans, decked out family cars, what looked like Tom Cruise's limo, a virtual parade float, vintage cars, and even a trusty steed.
I didn't really see it going down like this.
No one did. Coronavirus did a number on the class of 2020.
They've done a great job in improvising. What else do you do?
Congratulations.
Super.
St. George was first to improvise the walk-through graduation. Students and their families in an empty auditorium walked the stage and heard their name read.
Timothy Willard Ossink.
It spread to many other schools like Copper Hills High.
My dad just called my name and I just graduated.
We feel really bad that we're not able to provide the traditional experience that our graduates and their parents want and truly deserve.
Along the way, there were other thoughtful gestures like these yard signs at the home of every Park City graduate, banners lining the fences at Olympus High. Hillcrest High and many others used technology to salvage canceled senior performances. In St. George, they used technology and stunning scenery to give students one final virtual concert. In the end, between the elbow bumps and the photo ops with school symbols, turns out there were some things students didn't miss.
I think the best part is I don't have to sit through the 4-hour session.
I had some parents come back and say, do it this way every year, right?
And many students had a change of heart.
I didn't know how it was going to go, but just being here and seeing how the community came out to support us, it really makes us feel special.
At the start of all this, we were all really sad. We weren't thinking graduation would be anything close to what we wanted it to be, but I think this is better than any of us could have ever imagined.
All we can hope as the class of 2020 rides off into the sunset.
I'm very grateful. They did put in a lot of work for us, and they made it really special.
Now that school is out for nearly all of Utah students, efforts are underway to make sure students still have access to food, even without school breakfast and lunch. Joining us now is Sheldon Moore, a field supervisor with the Child Nutrition Program for the Salt Lake City School District.
Hello.
Hello. Your program starts this week, feeding children.
It actually starts on June the 3rd. So next week, we will start in park locations. We have 7 park locations, and then on June 9th, we have 14 school locations that will be starting up.
I was shocked by the long list of libraries, parks, schools. Does that speak to the need?
It does, and we try to reach as many communities as we can. And so that's why we get to different areas where kids are actually during the summertime. So park locations, kids that are doing summer school and so forth. So that's why we picked those locations.
You served, if I remember right, 65,000 meals.
68,000 meals last summer.
How important are these programs for kids in the summer?
Oh, it's definitely important. And the reason for this program is actually to have kids continue to receive nutrition meals during the summer when schools are not in session. A lot of our kids rely on those breakfast and lunch that we provide during the school year. And so this is continuing that so we don't have kids that go hungry during the summer.
How does it work? Some schools serve lunch, others breakfast?
The school sites serve breakfast and lunch. The park sites just serve lunch. And so the school sites, we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Anybody can come there and get breakfast, kids 18 or under. And then the park sites, they normally range between starting at 10:45 and going to about 12:30.
Anecdotally, do you hear from the families or the kids who get to have these meals and have access to food?
We don't hear them in our office, but our lunch ladies that are out there serving hear it all the time. How much they are appreciated for being out there, and they definitely hear it all the time.
Well, grateful that you do that work and that you make sure kids have a good summer and a nutritious summer.
Yes.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Thank you.
And now that there are also summer meals provided for those who are not in the Salt Lake School District, we learned that the Utah Food Bank also starts a food program this week. They're preparing to serve more than 200,000 meals in 60 locations. You can go to the utahfoodbank.org, type in your zip code, and then it will show the nearest spot to your home or your area that they are serving. And so with that, we are rolling into summer vacation. Thank you for joining us for Sunday Edition. You can find these stories on the KSL YouTube page. Music and the spoken word is next.